Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Traveling Riverside Blues. You said that actually came out in when you were in high school?
So when they released the box set, I remember...
It says they recorded it in 80.
No, they recorded it in 69.
What does this have 1980 on it for then?
I don't know why that would be the case.
I'm not going to try to make sense
It was
of that
released in 1990 with the box set because I remember Stephanie... She got the box set, and everybody was like, "Ooh, you got the box set?"
Oh, here goes 1990. It came out in the box set.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I thought that was an 8, but it's a 9.
But they recorded it in 69, and it just never saw the light of day, and it was one of the bonus tracks that was on the box set. And actually, when it came out, radio stations started playing it because they're like, "Oh, here's a new Zeppelin song," because we hadn't got anything from them for 11 years. And it peaked at number 7 on the charts, actually, in 1990 when it was released, despite the fact that it was recorded 21 years prior. Yeah, Stephanie got that box set, and everybody was like, "You got the box set? Whoa. Can we borrow that?" And
oh, no, she didn't let people borrow it, did she?
Everybody borrow that. By the time it got around to me,
was it all scratched up?
Those CDs were just beat to hell. I mean, just beat down. And I tried to record them, and they would skip because you remember the reading speeds on the CD players back in I guess it was probably 91 about the time I got my hands on the box set. I'm trying to record it on my cassette deck, and it's like I got like a 4 times reader speed on my CD. Those things were so scratched up it was pointless. Couldn't even do it. Now music's so much. You kids don't know how easy you got it. You're listening to me right now. What's this old codger doing talking about 4 times read speeds on CDs? Like, yeah, that's a real thing, man. Now you just hit a button and say, "I'll give you $1.29 for a song," and it comes to you. That's not what happened. That's not how it used to be. We used to have to record stuff onto a tape, hit play and record at the same time, and hope that the CD had no skips. And whatever you do, don't bump into the damn thing, because if you bump into the damn thing, it ruined the whole recording. You had to start over again.
I can't tell you how many tapes I used to make and listen to, like when I'd be mowing the yard, because we had like over an acre of grass. So it would take me over 2 hours to mow, and I had to edge the grass too. You know what an edger is? You know, it's that little blade thing on there, and you run it on the edge so you have a nice thing, and then you have to dig it all out. Oh, it was such a mess. But that had stretches in the tapes. And when I listen to certain songs, still to this day, I'll hit a certain part, and I'll expect it to go, whoop, and then come back into the song.
Wait, this isn't my tape? What's going on here? Would they do a different version of the song? What the hell?
How many people graduating high school today have no idea what a cassette tape even looks like?
Oh, I guarantee you all of them do. I mean, here's the thing is most of them don't even know that you used to be able to put songs onto a CD. Think about that. Like, that seems like new technology to us, because you remember when we got to do that, we were like, what? We could just put the songs on the CD? The computer does it for us? And we could take it with us?
We got DJ on the line. He wanted to weigh in on what we did as kids, and we were talking about how we used to tape songs onto cassette tapes. I mean, that's was a big part of what Jeff and I did.
Good morning, DJ.
How you doing?
Good. Doing good.
Yeah. So when I was a kid in the '80s, we used to have to sit there with our cassette deck and listen to the radio.
Yep.
And if you had a favorite song, you have to wait and hope that the radio would play your favorite song. So before every song came on, you had to push record at the same time and hope that they played your song, and also hope that the DJ didn't talk at the beginning of the song.
Yeah, over the beginning of the song. And that's why I decided I'm going to talk over. But then, I hated that because it ruined my recordings. But as I became a DJ, I realized how fun it is to talk up the beginning of a song. So I said, screw it. I'm talking up the beginning of a song anyway.
Well, isn't that part of the reason why they did it?
I think so.
Because they didn't want people recording the song.
No, that's not why.
I'm dead serious.
No, they wanted to keep it moving. That's all.
Well, no, I know.
Trying to keep some kind of flow going.
There's multiple reasons why you do anything in life. But I'm saying that this was one of the benefits to the artist, was like, hey, you know what? Our DJs talk up your songs.
I've never heard that, but maybe.
Yeah, it was to thwart the guys like you, like DJ and myself, I would do the same thing. And I would get so mad when people, that's why the only songs you could ever get were the ones with the cold entries, the ones that started off right away. But then you, like you said, you'd have to start it like 2 or 3 seconds beforehand, hope that it was the song. Did they ever, I forget listening to the radio. Did they ever say what they had coming up after like the commercial break and stuff?
Oh, they always did that.
Yeah, they would do that, but you never knew when it was going to start. So you were always push and record, and damn it, come back, restart, rewind it, push record again.
I remember having to do.
We'd actually go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying
that was called
same thing.
That was called front selling.
What was that?
When you tease what's coming up, that's front selling.
Thank you, DJ.
You're welcome.
Not DJ on the phone, but DJ, the one that sits across.
DJ D's nuts.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but that's how we get our. That's how we get our tapes, and would always you never know what you got. So kids nowadays have got it super easy.
I know. They're so spoiled.
Sometimes you get like a traffic report, and you're like, son of a bitch! You want a traffic report? I got to rewind it. You got to rewind it to the spot where you left off on the last song that you successfully were able to record onto the tape. I remember all that. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Thanks, TJ.
It never turned out that good. All right. Thank you.
No, it never did.
A good little trip down memory lane.
So clunky. And it depended on the signal, too. Like how the signal was coming in that day. Sometimes it'd be crystal clear. Sometimes it'd be a little rough.
I had a stereo system in my bedroom. You know, it was in a cabinet. And so I had a pretty good antenna because I remember I could coaxial cable into it. But the boombox was a totally different deal. And it had the old school antenna on it. And I recorded so many tapes on it. You have to play and record at the same time.
Yeah, but you were probably such an enthusiast for the medium that you actually recorded the guys talking up over the beginning of the song.
I didn't, because what I wanted to do was I'd record all these songs on all these different tapes, and then I had like 3 cassette players, and I had 1 boombox that recorded, and I would DJ in my bedroom when I was 8 years old. And I would just mimic what they were doing on the radio.
You hate where technology's taken this business, don't you?
I really do. I remember, we used to play, every button was pushed. Every song, everything you heard on the radio was controlled by the disc jockey, and now it's all on a computer.
Have you guys ever seen
I do now is hit a space bar when I'm done talking.
The movie The Wrestler? It's kind of a sad story watching Jeremy on a daily basis because it's like the movie The Wrestler, because he still sits over there and he hits the buttons like he's like doing some kind of fancy thing, like some kind of rock star from the early 80s Dick Clark days.
Yeah, in a transition point, I will listen and I will push the button and it does nothing.
And he's like, and when he pushes the button, he does like a bam, like I can't explain it. It's like he's like. It's way more dramatic than it needs to be.
But you have to understand, there is a purpose. I push the button, and if nothing happens, then I know that transition point is not where it should be. And I will go back in the settings and change it to where I think it should be. And that's why this radio station sounds so much better than it did 14 years ago when we first took to the airwaves.
That's true. We got here, we're like, oh my God, this is a loose radio station. We have to do something about this.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.